Good morning. Good morning. Today is Thursday, 2024, and we're going to be reading Joshua chapter 14, and hopefully it will be a lot smoother than yesterday. I'm going to give people a moment to come on. Today is the day of salvation. Again, my lighting is a little wonky. Let's see if I can adjust it. I don't know exactly the best way to do that. It's really bright, isn't it? Does that help? I don't know. Hey, Mona, how you doing? So we haven't gotten started yet. I've just been piddling. Gonna see if anybody else pops on or not. I was just a minute or two early. I hope you all have a coffee. Just a reminder for those of you new. I'm not a Bible teacher or anything like that. I'm just here to read one chapter a day. I've been doing one book at a time, one chapter at a time. And of course, I offer commentary, and the chat usually has great commentary as well. And there is Miss Trudy. Good morning. Okay, you be careful. Hopefully, your man is driving or somebody else is driving. You can see my whole face today. Oh, wow. Was it cut off yesterday? Okay. So, you all have a beautiful day. We have Eastwood has a doctor's appointment out of town in about an hour away or so. Later, around lunchtime. So when I finish up here, I'll have to get ready to go to that. So prayers appreciated that goes well. He has a slight pulmonary stenosis that he was born with, and so far it's been very, very mild, and the doctor has said it will not affect his life in any way. But every few years they do want to check it out, especially right now where he's growing. And the last time he was checked was 4 years ago, and he has grown quite a bit in 4 years. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and read Joshua 14. And like I said, hopefully it will go smoother today. Thank you all for being here. These are the areas which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel distributed as an inheritance to them. Their inheritance was by lot, as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses, for the 9 tribes and the half tribe. For Moses had given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and the half tribe on the other side of the Jordan. But to the Levites he had given no inheritance among them, for the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and they gave no part to the Levites in the land, except cities to dwell in, with their common lands for their livestock and their property. As the Lord had commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. Then the children of Judah came to Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, said to him, You know the word which the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, concerning you and me in Kadesh Barnea. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought back word to him as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren who went up with me made the heart of the people melt, but I hopefully followed the Lord my God. Just a reminder, Joshua and Caleb were among the spies during when Moses was around, when they first entered the wilderness and they were scoping out the promised land. 10 spies were sent out to look at the promised land and come back and report. Joshua and Caleb were the only two that said, no problem, God can handle this. The others, well, I guess there was 12 spies they sent out. But anyway, the others all said, no, the people there are as tall as trees and we look like grasshoppers next to them. We can't do it. And so forth. So only two of them believed and had faith that God could do it. And Caleb was one of them. We'll get back to him in a minute. So Moses swore on that day, saying, surely the land where your foot has trodden shall be your inheritance and your children's forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now, behold, the Lord has kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years, ever since the Lord spoke this word to Moses while Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, here I am this day, 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as on the day that Moses sent me. Just as my strength was then, so now is my strength for war, both for going out and for coming in. Now therefore give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke in that day, for you heard in that day how the Anakim were there, and that the cities were great and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall be able to drive them out, as the Lord said. And Joshua blessed him and gave Hebron to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, as an inheritance. Hebron, therefore, became the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, to the Kenizzite to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel. And the name of Hebron formerly was Kirjath Arba. Arba was the greatest man among. So after Caleb was appointed his little plot of land, the land was at rest. And he was given the area of Hebron. When this video is over, if you go back and look at the thumbnail that will be attached to this video, it will show you the area that was allotted to Caleb. It was part of the area assigned to Judah, where he had Caleb was given a little part of it. Now, it keeps referring to him as a Kenizzite, and so I looked that up. They're actually kind of unsure where that name came from, Kenizzite, but it was a tribe or a group of people that existed during the time of Abraham. And I think it said something along the lines of, basically, they were not the children of Israel. They were not descended from Jacob. So, but at some point or another, they were obviously grafted in to the family, because Caleb was with them at when they left Egypt, and has been with them all of this time, yet he is not a descendant of Jacob, or at least his father was not. So at some point he became grafted in, and that is another beautiful example of how the Lord will honor and bless anyone who loves him, serves him, and follows him, regardless of your ancestry or your background or anything like that. So he was another Gentile that was grafted into the family of God, just as Ruth will be later, and just as Rahab was. So praise be to the Lord for that. And that is Joshua 14. Boy, Pilgrim goes on forever. And that's okay, because I don't want to bore you and I don't want to just babble. I will tell you this headline now that says we know that several countries in the last few days have came forward and recognized Palestine as a state. Let's see, Ireland, Norway. It seemed like that there was a third one. I can't remember who. But anyway, Switzerland, however, rejects recognizing the Palestinian state. Switzerland's House of Representatives rejected a motion on Tuesday to recognize Palestinian statehood by a vote of 131 to 61. So it was quite an overwhelming vote, with 2 who abstained. So, yeah. So Switzerland, who has always been known to be neutral, I don't really know if that's so or not, but that's what I've always was raised up to know, is that they have always been neutral. They have rejected to recognize it at this time. I have another article that I was going to share, but I'm going to make a separate video for that. Okay. Well, we know that number 46 had. Good morning, Linda. We've already finished the reading, and now I'm just kind of chatting. We know that number 46 released some of the restrictions on the pew-pews that they gave to Ukraine. And some of those restrictions have been lifted, and I read somewhere that Ukraine will be using those on the Bear Country's mainland. So that cannot be good news. Putin made it very clear that should something like that happen, there will be swift and extreme repercussions. So I'm trying to remember that I'm on YouTube and I can't speak quite as freely, but I think you get my gist. So that is something to be praying about. The Lord's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And so if you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, today's the day. People may think it's kind of boring from here on out, but we're going to finish the book of Joshua, and then I think the book of Micah, going back into our little prophecy section there. And that is, of course, that we're still here and all of that. I will be making another video later concerning a headline. It's just being touched later because my son has a doctor's appointment at 12 o'clock. So I have to get ready for that and take him to that. And that's like an hour away. So you all have a beautiful day, and thank you all for being here. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.